Concrete. It's foundational to our way of life.
I need more water. Have at it, guys.
Roads, offices, playgrounds, homes. This master mixture makes them all possible. Every concrete pro has their own secrets to the perfect pour.
We're gonna have to break them, I guess.
Cut off that mixer.
But whose concrete know-how reigns supreme? To find out, we built the ultimate proving ground, where we'll pit top competitors against each other to push concrete and themselves to the limit. Get ready, because when you enter the Concrete Coliseum, you either cement your name in history or crack under the pressure. This is Concrete Combat. Hey there, concrete fans. Welcome to Concrete Combat. I'm your host, Brittany Goodwin. Today is a special day because it marks the beginning of our journey. One that will be as tough as it is rewarding. This arena, the Concrete Coliseum, will play host to some of the most intense knockdown drag-out battles the concrete world has ever seen. At the end of this gauntlet, only 2 teams will remain standing. These lucky few will compete at World of Concrete in Las Vegas in their most grueling challenge yet. In the end, only one team can emerge victorious, solidifying themselves as the ultimate concrete champions. What's the competition without competitors? Introducing Sammy Rivera and Bobby Hughes.
My name's Sammy Rivera, president of Flatline Concrete.
My name is Bobby Hughes with Live Oak Construction Supply. I'm the product specialist.
And in this corner, Ben Johnson and Zach Stover.
Benjamin Johnson. My main job is biopharmaceutical research, but I've done DIY projects and some remodeling.
Zach Stover. Mainly remodeling and a little bit of repair work. I'm a trade show specialist and I do a lot of do-it-yourself projects as well on the side. I've poured a few slabs and done a few repairs, but nothing on a competitive level.
All right, challengers, remove your tarps. I hope you are ready to stand strong because today's challenge is building a retaining wall.
When I hear the words retaining wall, I just think, let's go. Let's get it built.
It's pretty straightforward, not a very complicated project, as long as you pay attention to detail.
Retaining walls are typically built to hold earth in place in order to create a change in elevation on the other side of the wall. And while there are several different types of retaining walls, today you will be building a concrete block retaining wall. Now your challenge is to take these blocks in front of you to build a 4-foot high by 8-foot long self-standing retaining wall. Your walls should be neat, cost-effective, and strong as can be, because at the end of this, we'll be trying to knock them down with a full-on demolition test. Contestants ready?
Ready.
Yep.
Time starts now.
Well, Sam and I met when I was probably 15 years old. He came into my family's business, and we just have been down with each other since then. Our goal here today is to win.
I'm really just here today to prove to myself and show that I can lay block with the best.
Yeah, we'll just stack them up and
We'll organize them.
little groups by whatever they are.
Yeah, for sure.
So my first impressions of the Concrete Coliseum are they got a cool workshop set up with lots of fun new tools that I don't know anything about. Be a fun experience.
All right, brother. That'll work.
Challenge starts, so I'm thinking I need to clear off this plate and make a clean workspace so we can lay out a blueprint and marks to set our first layer.
So they're pretty much going through the same motions here. This is the best way to start.
Clear the stage. That's the first spot.
All right.
It'll help.
My bad.
See how that works?
Yeah.
It's like building Legos.
So let's meet our judges. We have Mike Day of Day's Concrete Floors, Ray Carrillo of Carrillo Masonry, and Dirk Tharp, our Sakrete concrete expert. So, judges, how tough is today's challenge?
Well, I think building the block wall with the masonry joints is going to be pretty tough compared to the dry stack wall, but what do you think?
I just want to see a head-to-head to see how fast you can do a dry stack wall and get the coatings on versus traditional method of mortared wall.
We're going with the more traditional method with the block and mortar, just because it's the tried and true method, and I know it's going to hold up to any test that the judges have.
All right, so one team is using Type S mortar, while the other is going mortarless using our surface bonding cement.
On this particular project, we're using surface bonding cement because it's more effective and it sets a lot quicker.
I guess the thing I'm most nervous about using the product is I've never used it before, so there's a lot of things I'm not certain, like the set time.
Slap it on. Surface bonding is a great material. It's very fat with cement, so it tightens. You get that bucket undone, you got to rock and roll. But what happens is, it's missing the mortar joint, so that 3/8 isn't there. That's why you don't see a lot of it.
One thing to keep in mind when you're laying that mortar on those edges, the beads for the next set, so you want to have enough that you can compress the block on top and use that as a mechanism for the next layer's level.
Go down the side of it too. Go down the side of it real quick.
The approach that we're taking is I'm going to be doing the mud and he's going to be handling the laying of all the block.
Ray, you're the masonry expert. What are the pros and cons, the advantages and disadvantages?
The mortar needs to be correctly mixed where, when you use the trowel and you turn it 90 degrees, the mortar will stick to the trowel right there.
Sam, you're sweating your...
I know.
I assume this is water.
Oh, absolutely.
What kind of consistency are we looking for with the surface bonding cement?
With the surface bonding cement, you need about a peanut butter consistency so it doesn't fall off the wall as they're troweling it on. Derek, what do you think?
True, very true. The peanut butter's there, but the fiber's there. And what can happen is, because the fiber makes it appear thicker, you can overwater it by accident. So you've really got to monitor that water. So Brittany, I'll go check on Sammy and Bobby. Hey guys, it's coming along good.
Thanks.
I notice you keep wetting it. What is that for?
SSD, saturate surface dry. You want the block to take as much moisture in as it can. So when you start applying your materials, it doesn't dry out your material before it has a chance to cure out.
Very good textbook answer. Have you guys done this before?
No.
No.
Well, hats off to you. You're doing a very fine job.
Thank you.
You notice the fiber?
Yeah, it's in there.
Yeah, it's
pretty
tough,
thick
isn't it?
everywhere. It's got a lot of cement to it, too. That's what I like.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Almost like an epoxy, you know?
What do you do after this? Is this a 1 or a 2 coat process?
This is 2 coats.
Well, I see you're getting ready to mix some. I don't want to distract you.
Sammy is doing all the hard work, the leg work, and I'm doing the mixing.
Remember, we need that 1/2 inch.
Bobby's not much of a help.
Now, Ray, what do you think of the team's progress so far?
The dry stack guys, they're making a lot of progress, actually. I can see they clean it up, which is very important. It's impressive.
And that's part of one of the criteria, is just how neatly they're able to do this in the time that they have.
Uh-huh.
Time for lunch.
Yeah, you got it right. We're gonna keep it right there.
It's the Ben and Zach show. How you guys doing?
Doing well, man.
So, how much experience you guys got with laying block?
I mean, we've laid a little bit of block in our day, but we're no pros.
Well, I'm gonna tell you what, Medal of Valor comes to both of you. Good job, guys, for sticking her out. It's looking good.
Contestants, we are at the halfway point.
So I've noticed as the competitors are putting up the wall, it does take them a little bit longer.
So guys, I see the dry stack walls way ahead of you.
During the competition, the most pressure that I felt during it was whenever I looked over and I seen that our competitors were already done and that we weren't close to being finished yet.
What do you think?
That really was a concern for me.
We'll see how it holds up to the demolition test. The traditional wall is always stronger.
A lot of truth in that.
We know that there's a time crunch and that time is closing in on us, but we're certainly focused on quality over speed.
Well, guys, I'm distracting you. I'm gonna get out of your way. Keep up the good work. It's looking fine.
All right, we appreciate it, Derek. We'll talk to you in a little bit.
How's it going over there?
Well, masonry is a very high-trained skill, and these guys, they're trying their best. They used the level and checked all their plumbs. They didn't just fly through it and make a lot of mistakes.
Really? I think we're starting to lose a little height, honestly.
Are they doing great? They're doing it the correct way. They're using the level. They plumbing. From what I can see right here, they stay consistent with the mortar joint.
Mike, what do you think? Anything to add?
Yeah, I think, the level of difficulty with doing this with mortar, with block, is quite a bit higher than the surface bonding cement. Their wall's going up a lot faster right now.
I don't know this product, so I need to get it down as quick as I can, and I'm just trying to stay focused.
So while it looks like this team is ahead, they do still have a second coat. So this might be a great opportunity then for our mortar team to catch up.
I gotta butter the backside of it. I'm gonna need you to come over here and butter the backside of it for me. Okay?
I'm just worried about it taking forever to tighten up enough to put another coat.
They've applied the first coat, and they're trying to give it little teeny finger ledges to make sure that second coat grips, to give it a broom finish. So it's a very smart move to do.
Contestants, you have 10 minutes left in this battle.
We got to finish.
Cap it. I'll run the bead and you get the caps.
So our masonry team, they've been a little bit behind, but they've really caught up.
I agree, you're right. They're on their last layer. The wall's looking really, really good.
5 minutes left, contestants. Get those finishing touches in place.
Seeing how well our competitor's wall was built was really making me nervous.
Oh, shit. Look at that.
Push it. Yeah, we got space, dude.
There we go.
What I'm really looking forward to is the demo test.
Time is up in 10, 9,
That's up, bro.
8,
That's up.
7, 6,
Okay, we're good, Sammy.
5, 4,
The cuts aren't
3,
straight.
2, 1. Tools down.
I think the judges are going to be satisfied with our work.
Great work today, teams. How's everybody feel?
Good.
Good? We're going to let these walls cure for 72 hours. Then we're going to meet back here for judges' deliberation and for our demolition test.
Sounds good.
Sounds good.
Nice job, guys.
Thank you.
Contestants, welcome back to the Concrete Coliseum. We've given your walls 72 hours to cure, and now the judging begins.
I just knew that we needed more time. As the judges are approaching, I'm just putting my tail between my legs.
All right, judges.
I think the wall's good and straight. We saw them using a level a lot. Happy with that. Personally, I'd like it to have been a little bit cleaner between the joints in the block.
One thing I do notice is maybe some of the joints are a little bit uneven. Ray?
You're correct. That is uneven. And also, it needs to be tuck point. I can see some holes right there. As you see, the mortar joints, they're rough looking.
As I see the judges reviewing our competitors' work, I somewhat get nervous because they're getting hit hard pretty good, so we'll see what happens.
The other thing is, this team definitely was a bit slower compared to the dry stack wall.
Yeah, you're right, Dirk, but masonry is a highly skilled type of work. So it's gonna take a little bit longer to create a wall like this.
Very true. Of course, we got one more test, the demolition test. This is exactly what I would expect, because that's the whole purpose of mortar, to give way before the block does. So guys, that's not a reflection on you or your ability. It did what it's supposed to do. Good job.
When we see our wall run through the demolition test, I was actually surprised that it held well and it broke in the manner that it's designed to break, so it's a win.
All right, and our surface bonding wall.
As the judges approach our wall, I'm feeling pretty confident because I know it was a good product we put on there.
Judges, what can we say about this one?
Well, to start with, I want to comment that with the speed they did, the wall looks really straight. That's very important. What do you think, Mike?
Yeah, I agree, and even though they had to apply 2 coats of the surface bonding, they did it in a relatively fast amount of time.
I like the finish. The plaster looks awesome. It looks real good. This part right here costs less than using the tie-pass masonry. It's faster, and you don't even have to have skills, masonry skills, to lay it.
I know it's a good product just by feeling the strength in it.
Now it's time for our last piece of the critique, the demo test. The material performed as expected. Because of all the fibers and the heavy cement content, this thing stayed together, resisted the blows. You only had the shape of the sledgehammer. It would not have done this if you didn't keep that mix ratio correct. So good job to you guys for putting on the right thickness of mix.
So I think the judges made a fair assessment of our work today. We did it fast, we did it efficient, and even the mason was liking the finish.
So overall, good job, guys.
Great work, both teams. It's time now for the judges to deliberate. We'll have you step out of the Coliseum and we'll call you back once a decision has been reached.
Pretty excited about how the assessment went on our part. I know the competitors have a very, very nice looking wall, but our positive review gives me a little hope and excitement for a win.
I'm grateful we got it down in time. I was kind of nervous. It's not the best, but I'm comfortable with what we have.
So both teams did some great work, but now that you've had a chance to closer inspect these walls, judges, what are your thoughts?
When you look at how hard it was to build a traditional wall, and they're not masons, these other guys, they did a nice, beautiful end project, but truthfully, that's the beauty of that material. Anybody can do it. I'm gonna do something totally opposite. Instead of thinking business, I'm gonna think with my heart, and I'm going for the mason team.
Yeah, but Dirk, it took them the full 60 minutes to build that wall. This is a competition. These guys built that wall in about half the time and it came out beautiful. I'm kind of leaning towards these guys over here.
I'm a mason by heart. These guys right here did a good looking job right there. So I don't know who to vote for.
All right, judges, so after all this deliberation, what do you think? Can we pick a winner?
I think we've deliberated long enough. We've reached a decision.
All right, let's bring our contestants back in. Concrete combatants, welcome back. Again, great work on your challenge. Now, we tasked you with building a retaining wall in 60 minutes, which was no small feat. And as we discussed before we began the challenge, you were judged on 3 primary criteria. Strength. A retaining wall is only as strong as the amount of earth it keeps from breaking through. So how did your wall hold up to the stress? Speed. How quickly were you able to erect your wall while still maintaining a high build? And cost. A super strong wall is worthless if no one can afford it. So how much would your wall have cost to build in the real world? All of these factors were considered, and the judges have made a decision.
Well, first of all, to you guys on Team Mason, my hard hat's off to you for coming into the Concrete Coliseum and taking on a mason's chore when you aren't masons. As remodelers, you fought through. I thought you did a great job with the skill level you had. So congratulations for having the heart to stick it out and do it.
Finishing my product was a huge sigh of relief. I started to feel a little bit more hopeful that we could actually pull this off.
You guys did a real good job, but a true mason would have finished a whole lot faster.
Ray, you're right, but cost of a true mason is pretty expensive, and a wall like this to build would be quite expensive. That's what we're judging this on too.
The bottom line is you guys showed great growth on your next project. I want you to concentrate more on getting even joints. Make sure that there's no spaces. Tuck point it before you go on.
The overall review of our product was, I was actually quite surprised on what they had to say. And there was many instructional things that they had for us to move forward with in the future.
All right, so let's talk about the work from our surface bonding team.
Guys, what impressed me the most about you was the speed at which you constructed that wall. You built that wall in a lot less time than the masonry wall. Good job.
The cons, those materials cost double what a mortar bag, if not more. And the other con is that dry stack application is very limited in the amount of places you can even use it.
Even though I prefer masonry, you guys did a beautiful job.
Thank you.
All right, contestants, the judges have made their decision. And the winner is...
As we're waiting to get our final verdict, it's kind of nerve-wracking. You know, we're not certain that we're going to win, but we're hoping we do.
When the judges are about to give their final decision, I'm anxious, but very pleased with the overall assessment.
Bobby and Sammy, great job, guys.
We're moving on to the semifinals. It's a great feeling. Let's see what we can do on the next round.
Yeah, they didn't stand a chance against.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. We're going to semifinals, I guess.
It is what it is. I mean, we had great competitors that we went up against, and they deserve the win.
Bobby, Sammy, congratulations on a job well done. We will see you guys in the semifinals.
I'm ready. We're ready to see what they bring at us.
Ben and Zach, Great work. Thank you guys for being here. Thanks for watching Concrete Combat.